Right, now the fun part, put this thing back together. Yeah, so we finished off there. We found the broken counter shaft, which was the problem. Losing 3 gears, surprisingly got me home. I shouldn't have driven it, but yeah, no damage. The only thing was one of these little spacer things was broken that go in between some of these gears. So yeah, but it hadn't spread itself through the motor, so that was good. Anyway, I was chasing a new shaft. Oh, here we go. We've got new filter there and a complete kit, which now I don't need the whole complete kit because chasing a shaft, I ended up picking up a whole lower case, whole crankcase for yeah, less than what a shaft was going to be to repair the old one there. So that can go on the shelf for another day, and I'm just going to put everything. This is off a 95 too, so mine's an 89, and it feels good. Guy said it. He bought it for a parts bike. Took what he needed, and yeah, he had this laying there. So yeah, done a good deal for me. All right, so this is the worst part of the job, I reckon. Scraping all this gasket stuff off. Quite tedious, but you got to be careful because it's alloy too. You don't dig in. There is solvents and stuff you get, but yeah, so that's probably pretty important. If that's not right, you're going to get leaks if your gasket sits over a bit of lumpy stuff, you know. So it's pretty important. But yeah, I just want to get that done so I can start building. Alrighty, I'll get into it. Okay, coming together nice. Put all these gears back on, whatever they are. Drives the chain there, and that thing drives the. Oh, it's got a little pointer on there for the pulse generator. It tells you spark when to go off, I guess. Like on a car, but yeah. Kickstarter's in. It's still got the outside bit, but I'll leave that till the end. Just want it to fall off. That's easy. Just went by the book. I won't go into detail. There's plenty on that. This is mainly to see if I can get this back together and started. So yeah, now oil pump. I didn't even split it. Everything worked good as it was. So, yeah, I haven't bothered touching anything. Just slap it back together. It's a bit of a risk, but yeah, I'll be riding in a couple of days. Now, got the cylinder barrel on now. Yeah, I'll just show you one thing. I put these two chain guides in before I put the barrel on. Then I've got the barrel on, got it over the piston, which is a little bit tricky. You got to hold those rings and plenty of oil. And yeah, it got stuck on this, so had to take it back off, pull this out. This goes in last from the top. So yeah, mistake I made. Don't make that same one, but easy fix anyway. Yeah, so I'm ready for the head basically now. I still haven't got this gasket for the oil pump, so I don't want to put the clutch in yet, but hopefully get that today. But yeah, I'll continue. I can put the head on, and then I wouldn't mind getting all this put in. I still don't have the flywheel tightened properly because I wanted to get some gears in, so I got something to hold. I get that clutch on because that clutch locks into here. That locks the gearbox to the engine basically. So once I get that in, then I can put a gear locker in there and jam it to tighten up this flywheel. Then I've got to put that side on, so I've got my top dead center mark before I can muck around and do this. But I can put the head on. Which is here. Just cleaned it all up, gaskets and everything. Yeah, so I can put the head on. I just can't locate my cam yet till I get that flywheel properly tightened and the outer case on. So I've got the marks to line up. But, yeah, all good. I'll continue and yeah, show you the next stage. Yeah, so I ended up just temporarily putting this clutch holder thing on, and then I've folded up a bit of cardboard there, just jammed it in. Some guys say a copper washer or something like that, something soft. But yeah, also yeah, I don't have a flywheel holder thing, so I just made up an old tool. There's tool lanyards they make you use when you're up in the air. Yeah, just got one of them, just hooked on that. It's not ideal, but it's not putting a lot of pressure on there. It's wound round, so it's locking on itself, and just using this big podgy bar there with a little bit of timber under there. Like I said, and the other side's locking at the same time. I get that wedged in, so it's not putting a lot of pressure on either one. You know, it's sort of evening it out. So yeah, dodgy Dan. I should get the proper flywheel holder because yeah, I've got a few. I've got this. This will be next. Is a 200. It's the old one with the twin carb, but it's the RF-BC engine. They only made that one for maybe a year and a half, 2 years or something in the 200. So then they went back to the single. Yeah, not the 4-valve thing like that one. The single 200, which ran for right up till they changed to CRF. Yeah, so that's next. Oh, it's also got a broken Kickstarter mechanism inside. Yeah, anyway, back to this one. Yeah, so I got that out. That one's like goes to 100 Newton meter. So yeah, I just got that then. Pretty easy. So yeah, now I can continue. All right, got the oil pump on. Now I can get this clutch on. That's the outer. There's a little I don't know, sleeve thing in there. It sort of slides on. It called for a bit of grease in the book, so put a bit of grease in there. Now, when I pulled it apart, I just took that clutch out as one, and I even marked, where's the other little bit there, I even marked where each bolt goes, etc., because the clutch felt fine, so I'm not even going to pull that apart to have a look, so it's good enough. It's easy to get this side off later anyway if I need a clutch. I just want to get this thing running, so anyway, I'll get that on, and well, then I think I'll throw the motor in as well. Oh yeah, because I'm waiting. I've just ordered some bearings. It just didn't feel good. Well, they felt alright, but I thought, why it's out, I'll just put new bearings on that cam, and we can get it in there and getting close. So yeah, too good. Bearing derived, genuine Honda. So put them on the cam. Get this timing all done. Get this chain hooked up. Clutch is just about in. Just got to finish that off. Yeah, getting there. I'm going to try and start it. Everything's back together enough to start, I believe. Tank's on, fuel's on. That light go then?
I didn't see. Yep, now it's gone.
What was it?
I had 2 wires around the wrong way. Now it's probably flooded. Ooh.
That didn't sound right.
That light's still going, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, does that sound right? Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Alright, it sounded good. Took a bit to start, but it had a lot of oil in the, when I put the piston in, a lot of oil, engine oil I put in there. Had to use a bit of the old start the bastard, but she goes. She idled nice, sounds perfect. So we'll bolt it all together now and see how the gearbox is. That was the real problem. So, by the way, someone told me the chain might have been too tight. What snapped that shaft? I normally run it really loose, but maybe it was just a tad too tight, and when I've come over a log, it's bottomed out and too much strain on that main shaft. But
Anyway, I'll get it bolted together and we'll do a test run.